Just a matter of weeks out from his mixed martial arts middleweight showdown with kickboxing standout Seth Swinehart on December 10th at LFA 120, Jackson, the Moose McVey, has returned to his home state of Minnesota for Thanksgiving.
McVey enters the fight 4-1 in his amateur career. He joins several friends and former training partners for a weekend poker game at the home of former Legacy Fighting Alliance welterweight title challenger Ben the Baker Newman. McVey refrains from drinking alcohol in the lead up to the fight, but is not afraid to make his presence felt at the gathering.
Paulo Costa walking in at 220 pounds, and then you got Israel Adesanya. I mean, Israel Adesanya obviously won, but like you got Adesanya at probably walking in there 200, 205 maybe. I'm like, Julius, if there was a 195 class, would you try to make it? He's like, absolutely. I would cut to 195 pounds.
So does he just hit the weight room all the time? Because that dude's a monster.
He's already walking around like 230.
What?
Something like that. There was a middle school formal, and all my buddies were like, Jackson, you gotta be there. All the girls are gonna be in tight dresses, and we're gonna be dancing and whatever. And I just remember telling him like, no, I'm not going to that dance. Like, why? And I go, because my future opponents would go to that dance. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be in the gym working. I'm going to be the guy that gets that extra work in years before they ever start fighting. So then when I have that extra work, that's that edge that I'm going to have over them to beat them and be the world champion. And I always tell myself, you know what, Seth wouldn't do that. And then sometimes I tell myself, Seth would do another round after that. He would have done 2 extra. All right, then I'm going to do 3. Just because I want to build that up. I want to make this guy as big and scary as possible. So then when I see him, he's not big and scary. He's a man, just like me. So they were kind of a sister school.
McVey, who once trained at the Minnesota-based Warriors Cove gym, took a leap of faith and dropped out of college to move to St. Charles, Missouri, the home of St. Charles MMA, after training with renowned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Rodrigo Vaghi.
When he did the seminars and everything, I was like, wow, I really want to go down and train with some of Vaghi's guys. So I messaged him one day when I was in college, and I go, hey, can I come and train? And for sure, he goes, yeah, but you'll want to check out, if you're coming down for MMA, you're going to want to go to my black belt Mike Rogers school at St. Charles MMA. And I go down there, and they all just beat the hell out of me, It was humbling. It was a bitter pill to swallow at times, but it was also this, I'm happy. There's a level that I can reach now. You know what I mean? I haven't stopped. There's another level. As soon as I pressed start in my Prius, I drive a Prius. As soon as I pressed start on that, and I was I got all, and I looked in the back of my car, and I had all my stuff, and just the road ahead of me. I was just there's no turning back now. I've made my decision. I've called the people I've called. I've contacted Mike. I've contacted Rodrigo. All the guys at St. Charles are expecting me to be there. I'm gonna be there, and it's a 9-hour drive down there, so. It was a solid 9 hours of me, going through all the emotions. It hit me, I'm not gonna see my mom and dad very often. I'm not gonna see my brother. And as soon as I do something, I'm completely obsessed with it, right? If I'm all in on something, I'm all in on it.
With boxing,
I guess it's saying that I'm not ordinary, that I'm not like everyone else. I'm that guy, it takes a special kind of person to get it. I'm that special kind of person. That's the biggest thing. It's I'm that person that gets in the cage and fights people. I'm that crazy guy. And I love that. I love being that crazy guy that people look at and are like, oh, whatever. I love that. I don't know why, it's just something I love. I'm ready to pull the dog out. I got a dog in me. When someone punches me in the, when someone hits me real hard and gets me a good shot, you hit somebody with a good shot, there's this look in their eyes that you can tell. Now it's either going to be uh-oh, that was too hard, I'm going to start backing up now, or it's no, you hit me, so I'm going to hit you back. Absolutely.
Not one to miss a training session, McVey gets in some extra rounds at the Striking Institute, the home of PFL lightweight Caitlin the Striking Viking Young.
The preparation, though, yes, it's still there. These are still some hard weeks to go. It's getting towards the time where it's none of it matters. I find comfort in it, but I'm how many weeks do you have? And it's this week. You can't do anything about it, man. You got nothing. There's nothing you can do right now that's going to dictate what's going to happen in the fight. What's going to happen in the fight is going to happen. It's honestly quite beautiful in terms of like, no matter what happens, right? As soon as, you know, the fight's over and people ask me like, oh, how did it feel when he punched you in the face or whatever? The only people that are going to really know how it was in that fight are me and him, you know, and we'll have that kind of mutual respect of like, we both got in there, we both fought our asses off, we both did the best that we could do, and there is something beautiful in that. I get like real emotional after the fight because it's like, I just went through something that's very stressful, and I went through something that's something that a lot of people don't want to do, and this person just shared that experience with me.